Yeah, how did you learn about that? Did you learn about that before you started the business, or did you?
No. So I just really liked ice cream before I started the business. I didn't really look into any of it. And I tell everybody, if I knew everything it was going to take before starting, I would have never done this because it was really intense. And I kind of just opened by doing the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
I started with, I looked up, how do you start a business? I also never took a business class or anything like that. I just decided I wanted to do this, and I think it was NewJersey.com or whatever said you need to pick a name and search for the name. So that's what I did. And then once I got the name registered, I had to register the LLC. And then once I did that, I had to file for the tax forms. And it was, if I knew all the steps, I definitely would not have done it.
But it was just like, because you're just doing it one by one, it felt like manageable.
Yeah, it was just the next step.
Yeah.
And I also had no idea. I mean, I tell everybody I was 20 when I started the business, which is true, but I really was 19 when the process started.
Wow.
And I was in school to be a teacher, just deciding that this was not for me. There were a lot of things that I just didn't feel like I wouldn't be fulfilled my whole life if I went that route. So we were driving to Chester one day with my parents, and we passed a food truck that was for sale. And my mom said, why don't you open an ice cream truck? She originally said you and your brother, because my brother is just a year younger than me. And I said, okay, that would be cool, because and that was kind of the green light at that point, because the plan was that I'd be a teacher during the year, and eventually when I was in my 40s or 50s and had kids, I would open an ice cream shop for the summer to kind of get me through. So it was something I had been talking about, but I didn't think it would happen when I was young. So when my mom said, why don't you open an ice cream truck, at the age of 19, I was like, that's my green light. Yeah. I can do it. Even though you're an adult, you still want your parents, or you still kind of need your parents' permission at that age.
Especially 19.
Yeah, totally. You need some guidance.
Well, I live alone now, and I still call my mom, like, what do I do? Please tell me what to do at this point. Please. But I decided at that point that was something I was really interested in, because if my mom was suggesting it, I thought,
Are your parents like business owners, or do they not have that background?
No, my dad had oh my God, what is it called? It's not construction.
Like contracting?
Yes,
yeah.
he did contracting when I was really young.
Okay.
So he did have a little bit of background in that, but my dad is in sales, my mom's a nurse. So they're really like full-time workers. But when they said to do it, I remember I was like, I hope they're serious. And it was a couple weeks before my birthday. So what I did was, on my 20th birthday, we went to New York City, and I was like, I'm going to tell them on my birthday because they can't tell me no. So I did. And they kind of looked at each other, and they looked at me, and they said, well, if this is something you really want to do, we want to see a business plan. Because essentially it wasn't just, I want to open a business. It was, I'm going to stop like the entire life track that I'm on right now and completely change gears to something that's way riskier than going into teaching.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that that's how it sounded then, but now that I'm a little bit older, I realize that that's how it sounded. So I called my uncle, who is a business owner, like really successful business owner. And I said, can you help me make a business plan? And he did. And it was 2 or 3 pages. And I look back at it and laugh now, but I remember everybody being so impressed by this business plan. And it's just the funniest thing to me. I tend to look at it like maybe once or twice a year just to like get a little kick out of it. And remind myself I was so excited when I started.
Do you feel like it went like as planned, or do you feel
God, no.
Not at all?
No, not at all. Nope. Not even a little bit. I should probably pull it up, but it was kind of funny. I remember on it like this insane following I was gonna have on Instagram so fast. It was gonna go viral and like all of these crazy things.
You do a great job with your Instagram, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it just you? Like you kind of just post and
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's just me. I need to get better at it because I'd love to plan my posts and be super organized, but I'm just flying by the seat of my pants on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going with the vibes of the day.
Yeah.
There are very few things that I'm able to plan out, and I also find it really difficult that we're constantly marketing so many things.
Yeah.
What to post is So I just can't. I overthink it. I really overthink it. And then I'll get like really good at posting one thing. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't posted about Pint of the Month Club in 3 weeks. So I'm still working on that.
Nice.
I try to keep it somewhat pink. I try to keep people in the post because that's way more fun than just ice cream. But yeah, Instagram has been, it's been more of a learning curve than I expected. And I think it's because the way Instagram works keeps changing. The actual platform itself is still the same, the way to post and all of that. But in order to continue to get engagement or like what the trends are, that is just changing all the time.
Yeah.
It's very hard to keep up
You almost
with.
need to be like an avid Instagram user to like keep up with the trends, and then also find the time to like make content for your business. So it's like you need to be scrolling to know like what's new and what's like trending, but then you also have to like find time to make content. But I think your content's like so fun.
Thank
I
you.
think it really like embodies like, you know, what the shop looks like. And I'm also so curious, what is the name like Humdoo? How did you come up with that?
Yeah, so it's a funny story. When we were, so I'm the oldest of 3. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. My sister is 6 years younger than me. And when she was a baby, we don't know why, but she called ice cream Humdoo. So that is what we called ice cream in my house when we were kids. Like ice cream was Humdoo.
Oh my
so
gosh.
when I opened the truck, the truck is called Scoops on Wheels.
Okay.
My sister actually came up with that name too. And she always makes fun of me because she said it as a joke. And I was like, wait, I love that.
That
So
is a cute name.
Yeah, I love it. So we went with Scoops on Wheels. And then when I decided to open the store, I didn't want to, I felt like Scoops off wheels or anything Scoops related was a little bit like cringy, I guess. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. And
Like overdone, maybe?
a little overdone. And I didn't feel like it was super brandable because so many people have that name.
Yeah.
And my vision for what Humdoo is to grow, similar to your crumble cookie or something like that. I really want this business to grow. And I didn't feel like having a name called Scoops anything could grow really big. I also remember watching a video by the owner of Spanx, and she had done a crazy amount of research into naming your business. And I think it was the day before she registered her name, she read that more people remember business names that are made up names. So that's why she went with the X instead of spelling it correctly. And her business is wildly successful.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you have to have a good product too, but everybody, like Spanx is a household name.
Yeah.
So I went with Humdoo because it was made up. It was really fun. And the idea is people would ask, like, what is Humdoo? What does that mean? Because once they ask that question,
They're
then
going to remember it.
Yes, and we can tell them a story that will stick with them. And that's exactly what's happened. So we actually have the name and the story on the wall. And
that's so cool.
yeah, and we did a little definition of what Humdoo is. So
Oh, I love that.
yeah.
Oh, I love that, yeah. And it's got your bio on there too. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Humdoo name was really fun.
So cute.
And I just think it is really brandable. It's like, I think I see Humdoo on pints in stores, and I see like the name on signs eventually in those like strip mall places when we get to that corporate level.
Yeah.
Totally.
But
would you ever consider like franchising?
yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I think about it a lot. A couple years ago, I would have said absolutely not, but I didn't really know how franchising worked back then. And I think the franchising industry has kind of figured it out at this point. So it's a lot easier to get into now.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely franchise to grow. I think that would be really fun, honestly.
So cool, yeah. Especially in New Jersey, there's so many opportunities. There's little towns. There's the beach. You know, there's North Jersey that has like all the cute little like downtowns. So like you really could take advantage of all of that and just like really, you know, spread your name
Absolutely.
all over.
It's so fun to think about the towns that don't really have ice cream yet. And when you think of cute small New Jersey towns, you think that they all have ice cream, but they really don't.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like
Or
they
they do and they are sucky.
Right. Or like it's Cold Stone or Rita's,
Yeah.
which is
like a chain, yeah.
yes, and it's just such a different feel than
Totally.
your small town ice cream shop.
100%.
So when we opened here, it was kind of crazy to be the first one in town to do a small little ice cream shop.
Yeah.
And I remember being so nervous because this whole strip is technically historic.
Okay.
Oh.
So like that building right there, it's like a warehouse. That's Stengel Pottery, and there's a lot of history with that. But this was part of Stengel Pottery.
Oh.
And I got really nervous coming into a historic building and painting the walls bubblegum pink and putting out lawn chairs and blasting music and like being 21 or 22. And I was really nervous about how the town was going to react to it because history is really important in this town. And I remember I did a soft opening and I had an older man. I don't remember what his name was, but it was him and his wife, and they were congratulating me and they were being so kind. And I said to them, you know, we've had some really good feedback and I'm really happy because I was so nervous to open in this historic town. And he said, don't be nervous. You are the thing that's made this town great, because the only thing we were missing was an ice cream shop. And you've done that. So like as a town, we're super grateful. I started crying because I'm so emotional, but it was so sweet. And that's what the feedback has really been. Is just people are happy that we're here. So we're happy to be here.
How did you pick Flemington? Like, did you just kind of go around to different like neighborhoods, or were you like here during the time you were opening? And
so during COVID, we were delivering pints of ice cream. That's how we restructured the business. We weren't even open a year yet when COVID hit, so I thought I was going to lose everything, and I was like, this sucks. I barely started.
Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, it was really scary. And I remember taking 2 days off. I let myself be sad for 2 days. And then on the third day, I got up, I showered, and I said, what the hell am I going to do? And we had been delivering ice cream a little bit in the off season, like in December and stuff. And it was just me. So I made a video on Facebook and I said, I'm going to be delivering ice cream. This is how you can help my business. Thanks. And it wasn't like the most excited or like happy video. I was very scared and very upset. And I wish I was a little happier in that video, but it worked. That video to this day has like 15,000 views.
Whoa.
And we very quickly started delivering about 2,000 pints a week.
Whoa.
No way.
Yeah, it was nuts. So in peak COVID, I had to hire like 10 people overnight. And we had people like coming in and out of the garage of my parents' house, picking up ice cream and going to deliver. And it was just this insane system. I was working 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. for months.
God.
And I sucked at inventory, so we'd get our deliveries, and then I'd be running to Patterson, and I'd be running to Easton in the same day to pick up more ice cream from both suppliers. But it was insane. So the majority of our people were based in Flemington. I mean, we did Flemington deliveries on Fridays, and I think that was about 70% of our customer base.
Wow.
It was crazy. And then we followed a bunch of different businesses on the Scoops on Wheels account. And one of them was Bluefish Grill, who's at the end of the street. They posted a taco that looked really good, and I commented that I needed it. And they were like, how about you park your truck here once a week? And I said, all right. So we started doing it on Wednesdays just to see how it would go, because we weren't doing anything with the truck at that point. And it was nuts. Like every Wednesday, we'd have insane lines.
Wow.
And to the point where it was the first time in my business that I actually had employees work without me. And that was really scary.
That's a big step.
It's a really big step, because having employees in and of itself was intense for me, but then to have them work the truck, and the only reason it happened was because I was going on family vacation. So I said to Bluefish, we're not going to be here next week or this week. I'm going on vacation with my family. And they said, Gabby, you've had employees here every single week. They know what they're doing. We're going to be here. Nothing's going to happen. You have to take this step. So I love Kelly and Stacy for that. They own Bluefish, which is now Nova. And that's what I did. And I was freaking out. And I remember sitting on the beach looking at the sales, and I was like, oh my God, it's like $800 and I'm not even there. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, that's a cool feeling.
It was a really cool feeling. Kind of scary to learn at the age of 21, because it got way too exciting for me, and then I took it too far. And now I'm like back in the business doing things again. But yeah, it was a really good day, and it was very crazy. And that's what kind of taught me that when you have employees step in, you actually have room to grow. And we started booking the truck like crazy for that year, and I was able to do a lot more things. But the reason I bring that up is because we would come to dinner. So my employees would come work the event. I came here with my parents one night for dinner to check on them and to eat. And my mom and I were going to walk down to the brewery to get a drink before dinner. And we passed this building. It was completely empty. And I was like looking in the window and I thought, this could be a really cute ice cream shop. Like, our customers know to come here. They're already coming here every Wednesday. And happened to be the same landlord. We got in touch around Labor Day and I had the lease by Christmas.
Wow.
And then the following June we opened. So it was really crazy. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I didn't look anywhere else. The way I do business is probably not the way that everybody should do business. I kind of, when I know that I like something or that I want something, that's just what I do. And if it's not that, I wasn't interested in Flemington per se. I was interested in this space. So if I didn't get the space, I wasn't going to do it.
I feel like sometimes, like once you see something, it's like a gut reaction, like, oh, this is right.
Yes.
And when something's not right, when you're like in a space or you look at something or you're about to make a decision for your business, it's like, that's like something that you just learn over time, like being a business owner, when like you have like, this is a good direction to go in or maybe not the right time for something. So that's like awesome that you went with your gut, because this place is so cool.
Yeah, it is it's very unique, the log cabin.
Yeah.
But any regrets I have are from decisions I made that I felt forced to make. If it doesn't feel easy, I've learned that it's not the right decision.
Yeah.
Like the process, everything about it has to be easy. And I'm not saying that business itself is easy, but if things start to feel overcomplicated or I'm feeling like I'm being pushed in different directions or things are just not lining up, then I just shouldn't do it. Because the only times I've made mistakes are when I've pushed through things that really didn't feel right. Even though I couldn't figure out why they didn't feel right, I should have just not done it.
Yeah, and like taking a step back and like reevaluate.
Yeah. And because I'm so young, a lot of people have a lot of opinions to give or things like that. And they are older, so a lot of the times I feel that they know better and I listen to them. And I'm starting to trust myself more because even though they might have more life experience, I have a lot of industry experience at this point. So I do know what works in terms of ice cream.
And also, just because someone's older, they might not own a business, and being a business owner is completely different than having experience in a 9-to-5.
Right.
Like, you have experience that, not everyone gets a chance to like have. So like, really should trust yourself, and you've built it up to be like what it is today, and no one else has done that. So
yeah, it is crazy to look back
and
see where we kind of came from.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the ice cream itself and like how you pick out the flavors? And
I feel like that's the most fun part.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's what everyone thinks about,
Yeah.
like when they want to like open an ice cream shop. Like I feel like people say this about like coffee shops, ice cream shops. Like, oh, it'd be so fun to open that, and that's I think what people think about.
I would just want to like eat ice cream all day.
It was so fun.
Ice cream shop.
I will never forget my first delivery. Like going through that flavor list, I went through it so intensely, and the ice cream came out. I was so excited to try it.
How many flavors are on that list?
I don't remember. I think it had to be 20
Okay.
or 24. So the one thing about our ice cream is we don't do anything peanut or tree nut. My younger sister is highly allergic, and I'm honestly terrified of the liability of having, you can train people's systems, but it's just too scary for me. So we don't do anything peanut or tree nut. In the ice cream industry, peanut products are the top sellers. So we are super limited with what we can buy.
Okay.
So we have a lot of weird flavors to kind of make up for the fact that we don't have peanut tree nut stuff. When I got that the first shipment of ice cream, the one flavor I got was lemon bar. And I thought it would be a sorbet kind of thing. I'm Italian. My grandparents make homemade limoncello.
Ooh.
So I love lemon, and my aunt makes homemade lemon bars. So like I just love everything lemon. And I thought it would be some like icy sorbet flavor, but I still wanted to try it. Couldn't be more wrong. It's like a vanilla lemon with graham cracker and pound cake pieces. It's my heaven. I've had it ever since. It's the only flavor I have had since that day. Like even we haven't always had vanilla all the time because I don't.
Really?
Yeah, which we've learned from that. But I was I had a when I was younger. I said, you can get vanilla anywhere. We have limited space on the truck. We're not doing vanilla. Learned the hard way that you can't do that. But lemon bar is the only one I've had since day one. Picking out the flavors is so fun. Our ice cream supplier usually puts out like 6 new flavors a year. So I always love trying those. And then we also go to the ice cream expo, and you just go and sample all the new products.
Oh,
and it's so fun.
Can we go to that?
I'll get you guys tickets next year. It's so much fun. They also have all kinds of desserts to try there too. So they have like these cannoli raviolis, and it's so good.
Gosh.
Yeah, so good. So I tend to just order new products as often as I can. We have a pretty solid lineup at the moment, but I also get bored really easily. So even though they have some really fun flavors, I have finally ventured into making my own ice cream. So we don't make all of them, but we do make some. We have a Pint of the Month club, so that Pint of the Month is always homemade.
Cool.
Okay.
It's not something available to all customers. You have to be part of the club to get it.
Okay.
But you don't have to subscribe. You could just do a one-time club thing. And we do, you get the Pint of the Month plus 1, 2, or 3 other flavors. And and they're all pints. It's so much fun. So this month it's chocolate munchies. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a dark chocolate ice cream, malted, with sea salt. There's fudge in it. There's a cookie crumble. There's chocolate covered pretzels, a little bit of everything. And then I'll give you what May is going to be, because I literally decided this morning. It's going to be a blueberry lemon flavor. So,
that's amazing.
It's like my favorite combo ever is blueberry and lemon.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have had a lot more fun developing recipes and making ice cream than I have buying them. Not a super big fan of fulfilling everything, but the actual ice cream creation and recipe development has been so fun. We made watermelon sherbet for this week.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that is actually we're doing a celebrity party on Sunday, so that was their request with the ice cream truck. And then a couple weeks ago we did a corn flavor.
Whoa.
Yeah, I do a lot of the recipe development with the sales rep for my supplier. His name's Jim, and he's the best. And he came in, and I think we did like 11 flavors that day. We did a triple chocolate cheesecake, a mint cookie, a coffee caramel crunch, a whole bunch of stuff. And then he said, I brought a corn flavor. Would you mind if we tried this? And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's see what it's about. So we made it, and it was so good that I ended up doing 4 variations.
Whoa.
And it was a sweet corn with graham cracker, caramel corn, and then a street corn with chipotle and hot Cheetos.
Stop.
It was so good. And we did samples of everything. So I think we're going to do like a Jersey Girl series this summer with all types of like very Jersey flavors. Because we even do, we have a corn, tomato, and beer fest here. And we usually do Sundays, and I'll do a tomato sundae and a beer sundae.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We make this sweet tomato jam that it's you either love it or you're disgusted by it. There's no in between. But and then we do the corn too, with cornbread and a berry compote.
Whoa.
So we're probably gonna make that into an ice cream flavor this year.
What do you find like about when you do the more obscure flavors? Do you find that people are like attracted to them and they want to try it for the sake of it being different, or do people kind of steer clear?
People love to try the weird stuff.
Yeah.
Because even we did a sample sale. So you just got this little 1 ounce cup for $1. So you can try as many of the new products as possible, because we wanted feedback. And we did a spicy mango and a grilled pineapple. We had very interesting flavors, and people loved it. The corn was the biggest hit.
Really?
Yeah. They went nuts for the corn. I have had a couple people come in. The one woman was like, I'm dreaming about that corn flavor. When are you bringing it back? It's a crime that it's not here. So they do enjoy the crazier things. But then I think what they also really like is when we take a chocolatey ice cream and go crazy with that, with like the stuff we put in it, or the kinds of, like the chocolate munchies or the triple chocolate cheesecake. They really enjoy those kinds of things too. And we made a cinnamon roll. That was my favorite.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I was actually here last summer, and pretty much anywhere I go, if we go out to dinner somewhere in a random town, or just I'm having a me day and I'm strolling around to like a downtown area, I will search and find an ice cream spot that is my ideal dessert, I will always try an ice cream place. And I was here last summer and I tried the berries and cream, and I still think about it. And I
just got that one back.
Really?
Last week. Yeah,
oh my gosh. I just looked at it. I was like, that's the one I got last time. I was trying to remember which one I got. I always love the ones with like graham cracker, anything with like a crust in it with like berries or like cherry vanilla, like those kind of like flavors. But I remember that. And I remember sitting outside and I'm like, I have to come back to this place. Like it's stuck in my head. And I was like, yeah, definitely need to come back here.
You have to combine berries and cream with lemon bar. Because berries and cream is like a blueberry base, and lemon and blueberry is so good. It's my favorite combination.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I definitely need to try the lemon bar now that you've described it. I'm like, yeah,
I'll give you some before you
leave. Oh
But so I used to do this, or I still do the same thing. Wherever I travel, I'm looking for the best ice cream place. And that's why I went into ice cream, because I just love it so much.
Yeah.
And it's so different everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Town to town. I mean, I love going to Florida, trying all their ice cream spots.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I also remember coming in and being like, they have the coolest flavors. Because, like, there's a lot of places that have, like, some funky flavors, but they're pretty standard across the board, I feel like. But, like, you have some awesome flavors here.
Thank you.
They're really unique.
Thank
I
you
love
so
the
much.
combos, yeah.
It's super fun. Like I said, I'm trying to get even crazier with it. I'd really love to kind of switch gears and doing mostly house-made ice cream and selling that to other people, putting it in stores, just some really crazy combinations, because I really love developing recipes. It's so much fun. And everybody makes fun of me because I don't measure anything. I just kind of throw stuff in there. Everything's to taste. And
Very Italian of you.
Yes, yeah, that's what I do.
If you ask my dad how to cook anything, he'll just, like, he cannot tell you.
It's the taste.
He's like, oh, you got to throw a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
One of my favorite stories from my grandpa is, like, him describing 2 recipes of, I think it's tomato sauce, and it's the exact same thing. And my uncle was like, Dad, what's the difference? He goes, the taste. Sorry. But yeah, that's the Italian in me. I don't measure anything, and it drives my somebody who works with me. He helps with operations and finances. He's like, we can't price out anything if you don't start measuring things. So I'm working on it.
So we like to do like a rapid fire segment. We did not send you these questions. They're really just for fun. It's like whatever comes to mind kind of thing. Just kind of like some are serious, some are just funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a blank check, what would you do with the money?
A blank check. Oh my God. Well, first thing I'm doing is going on vacation for like a month, maybe the Maldives, like a water bungalow.
Ooh, okay.
But with the rest of the money, I'm putting it all into the business and just growing the shit out of it, for lack of better words. If I had unlimited resources, I could do some crazy things in the ice cream industry, because I have a lot of ideas.
That's awesome.
But I definitely grow the business.
Very cool.
Very cool.
What is your most popular flavor?
We have 4.
Okay.
So Campfire S'mores.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one's a big hit. Rich and Famous, which is vanilla ice cream with cookie dough brownies, crunchy chocolate ripple.
That's
Very
what I'm
good.
talking about.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. Everybody loves that one. Chocoholic. We actually don't carry regular chocolate ice cream. It's just the Chocoholic because it's so freaking good, and it's we can't keep enough of it. And then Lemon Bar.
Nice.
Very
Which
cool.
is my favorite.
What does success mean to you?
I don't know why I'm stumped right now. I hope you can cut this whole
That's
part
okay.
out. Okay. I don't even know. I guess my definition has changed so many times that at this point, success to me means that I don't have to check my bank accounts and I feel fulfilled. I can just walk around feeling like I've done something good and like I've changed people's lives in a positive way, hopefully. But yeah, that's probably success to me.
I love that. That's nice.
What advice would you give to your 18-year-old self?
Oh God. Stop worrying about everybody else all the time. Focus on you and what you need, and trust your gut.
That's great.
If you could only have chocolate or vanilla for the rest of
Chocolate.
I already heard the vanilla slander in the beginning. I was like, well, that question's answered.
I actually have an interview question that is, if you were an ice cream flavor, what would you be and why? There's no right answer, but there is one wrong answer, and it is vanilla. And
the
I've
most
had
boring
more
flavor.
Well, it's not even just that it's boring, because I appreciate vanilla. Like, I want to have the most amazing vanilla in my store. It is such an important staple of a flavor. But my biggest pet peeve is when I walk into an ice cream shop and I ask, what do you recommend? And they say vanilla. And it's happened to me like 5 times.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah, and it drives me nuts. I'm like, you have 24 flavors. You can't recommend anything but vanilla? Come on.
Vanilla's a good base.
It's a great base.
I want something in it, though.
Yes, like when somebody tells me, I love vanilla, but I love it because I love to put it on brownies or apple pie, or I love to add toppings to it. I'm like, all right, you're chill. I can get down with that. But if it's just straight vanilla, you're done. I can't. That's just, pick something else. Live
There's
a
a whole
little.
stigma behind it.
There
It's like
is.
calling someone vanilla is like so boring.
Yes. You need to live a little. You don't want to be vanilla. At least be cookies and cream.
My favorite flavor.
Your favorite, yeah.
I get that pretty much everywhere. I have to like stop because I want to like try new flavors, but I just so good.
It
Yeah,
is
I think it's
good.
like a nostalgic thing for me. I think I loved it as a kid, and I just like never stopped.
I have a
But
lot of people who get the same flavor everywhere because they use it as a base to tell like what they think about the ice cream shop. Like my cousin's
Yeah.
a mint chip guy, so he tries mint chip everywhere.
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I could get down with that. I think it's a
Yeah.
pretty good way.
I feel like sometimes I go and I pick something a little bit like obscure, and then I'm like, I tried, and I'm like, I should have got cookies and cream.
You should try the rich and famous though, because
Really?
because it's got like the cookies and cream vibe
The
to it.
brownies, like
Yeah.
vanilla with brownie in it. Oh my
So
god.
good.
Yeah.
I'll give you some of that too. Lemon bar and rich and famous.
That's my go-to is the cookie dough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it kind of runs the gamut because the cookie dough itself is so different everywhere you go. It's
It
like
is.
quality, the size. But that sounds really good. I forgot what ice cream it is, but Ben and Jerry's has a flavor that's like, it kind of has like cookie dough,
Is it the Tonight
brownie. It might be. It has brownies in it. Yeah,
My
that's a good
freezer
one.
at home is stocked with Ben and Jerry's. It's so wrong, but I love it so much.
Yeah, it's good. They like candyfy like
Yeah.
they put so much like good stuff. I feel like that's what it is. It's like it's not as much the ice cream. They just put so much stuff in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
They have the most creative flavors. I would love to be in one of those meetings where they're creating recipes. That's got to be like the equivalent to heaven for me. That would be so much fun.
Sugar cone or waffle cone?
Waffle cone.
What's your favorite topping?
Ooh. Okay, so I don't have it here because we don't do peanut butter stuff, but some warm peanut butter and chocolate sprinkles. So good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I don't do it here, so that's my go-to anywhere else. Here,
Nice.
I love the crushed M&Ms. We just got them. I love M&Ms.
Oh yeah, I love those too. What's yours?
Mine?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to get like a chocolate vanilla soft serve, and then I would roll it in like the cookie crumble, like those
Ooh.
like cookie crumbles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, gummy bears for sure.
Gummy
Gummy bears.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got those the other day.
That's like the 6-year-old pick. They just like load it up with like gummy bear
Oh, yeah.
sprinkles.
They love the cotton candy crunch. They go crazy for it.
I've never seen that before.
That's
Is
so
it like a
fun.
sprinkle?
Kind of. It's like, it's almost like a crumb. It looks like Pop Rocks. It
Yeah, I
has
was
the
gonna say, it's
texture
like
of
Pop
Pop Rocks,
Rocks.
but
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't pop.
Pop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's sugar.
Yeah.
And it's pretty colors, so the kids love it.
What's the biggest myth about being in the ice cream business?
That it's easy, that you just get to open your door and people come running in, and that you don't need marketing or skills to do it. I think that's the biggest myth. The other thing is everybody thinks the best way to do ice cream is with a little shack and a window. And I regret not doing indoor seating. My next place will definitely have indoor seating.
Really?
Okay.
100%. I would love to host events, and just do different things. And there's menu items that I really can't offer because everything kind of has to be to go for us.
Okay.
The only thing we do that's not to go is our ice cream flights. So it's like a beer flight, but for ice cream flavors.
Oh, that's so fun.
So fun. So it's good for somebody, you know, like you come and try cookies. You could get your cookies and cream and then 3 other flavors.
Very
so it's
cool.
super fun. We're actually doing something with the brewery. We've paired 4 ice cream flavors with 4 of their beers, and we're doing an event.
Oh, that's so
9th.
fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm very excited.
Where's that?
Right down the street. So it's on the street, but just at the other end.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, I was there on Tuesday pairing ice cream and beer at noon, and I was like, wow, this is fun. What a day.
It's at the brewery?
Yes.
What's the brewery called?
Lone Eagle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. The pairings are incredible. You don't think that ice cream and beer would go well together, but the way that it brings out the flavors in both is insane. Like, I was blown away at this. So we have some really good pairings lined up.
You said it's May 9th?
Yes.
Okay.
May 5 to 9.
Cool.
Cool. Wow.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
That's cool. Do the flights come in like little ice cream cones
No, they're coming.
or cups?
So it's like the paddle
Uh-huh.
that a
Okay.
flight comes in, and then they're like these stainless steel little cups, almost like
nice.
condiment cups.
Like a ketchup cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we use them for ice cream, so it's like a little
Nice.
scoop in each.
Cute.
That's really
Yeah.
fun.
Yep, I'm very excited. I'm trying to find the right packaging to do that to go this year, but right now it's just they're so pretty.
Yeah.
Nice. What other things do you have in the shop other than ice cream, or like anything that you're doing that you kind of want to like promote?
Yeah, so we have the Pint of the Month Club, which is huge for us right now. That is my favorite thing that we do. I know it's still technically ice cream, but it's just so fun to be able to share some really cool creations with people.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
Yeah, I absolutely love Pint of the Month Club. We sell a lot of pints in store, so it's a great way to try something new.
That is nice.
Yeah, you still get to keep the stuff that you know that you're comfortable with, but we do some really crazy flavors. We've done cannoli flavors, pumpkin, apple, just crazy stuff. So, and I have a lot of fun with it. Our March flavor was Irish mudslide. So it was so good. It was like a Irish cream base with cookie crumble in it and brownies and whipped cream. Very good.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's my favorite thing that we do is Pint of the Month Club. We also have some deals going. So every Thursday is Thirsty Thursday. It's 30% off milkshakes, and we love doing milkshakes. What else do we have going on? We do ice cream cakes.
Nice.
Yes, we do a lot of catering stuff. So we'll do ice cream sandwiches and the cakes. We have the ice cream truck that can be booked, which is so fun. We do a lot of things for teachers this time of year and schools. And a lot of corporate events, graduation parties, weddings, birthdays.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's
very fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
How many people do you have working for you, or do you do most of it?
It depends on the time of year.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it's me and one other person who are full year.
Okay.
Thank God I have him because I would be insane without him. He is my sounding board, and he also is very logical. So I have these crazy outlandish ideas that don't include a budget, and he reels me in all the time, and I'm very thankful for him. So we're full year, and then our employees, we have about 4 that kind of stick with us throughout the year, and then in the summer we can have up to like 20, just between running the ice cream truck and running the store and staffing and all of that. It's kind of crazy. We do some really big events on this street that we'll need, like 10 people at a time for.
Wow.
It's really crazy, yeah.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And the truck, it goes all over New Jersey, or do you go all over? Like, what's...
We will go pretty far. We stick in Hunterdon and Bucks County most of the time, but I think that's just because that's where most people know us. We do a lot of events in Bridgewater as well, Bridgewater, Branchburg.
Like corporate stuff?
Corporate stuff, a lot of schools.
Okay.
A lot of birthday parties out that way. We will go pretty much anywhere as long as it's within reason for like the size of the party or the time frame or all of that, but we try to work with everybody, and if we can't do it, I have really great relationships with other ice cream trucks, so we'll always try to get you hooked up with somebody.
Oh, that's a nice thing to do. Yeah.
That's
the
awesome.
ice cream industry, one thing I love about the ice cream industry is it's very very friendly, very collaborative. I talk to other ice cream shop owners almost daily, and we give each other different tips, or like, hey, I don't know if you saw this on Square, but here's the new way to do this, or I brought in this topping, it's doing really well, or
Aww.
yeah. So the ice cream industry is really wonderful, and I love it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you don't find it all over the place. It's more about collaboration than competition. I learned that during COVID, everybody was asking me to make cakes, but we knew that we were getting most of our money through pints. We knew that other people did cakes, so we were kind of pushing cakes elsewhere, and they were pushing pints to us, and it really helped us all kind of make it through. So,
that's really nice.
Yeah, it's a really great industry. I'm really happy to be part of it.
That's awesome. And that's cool that you do cakes. That was my go-to when I was younger, was a Carvel ice cream cake. But now I love that, like, ice cream shops are doing, like, ice cream cakes.
It's so fun.
It's so much better.
Yeah, we can do any flavors that we have in stores. So you could get really crazy birthday cakes. I don't market it enough. That's something I'm going to be doing this year, is really pushing our ice cream cakes because they're so good.
Yeah.
And they're so much fun to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, you could get any flavor.
Yeah, I love that you can customize it. That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had anything other than the traditional, like, the Carvel with the
chocolate vanilla.
Yeah, and they put, like, the Oreos in the middle, like the crumbled Oreos.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we do
that's
that.
so interesting.
Because I love the fudge and cake crunch center, so that's what we do. We top it with just a layer of whipped cream, and we leave the sides open because I think it's so pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I leave them open. I've done some crazy requests before. I had somebody ask for a Neapolitan cake, which is the chocolate vanilla strawberry. So I just kind of layered it like 3 different ways, and it looked so pretty. I don't know if I think it
had
worked.
like double fudge layers, like.
Well, no, I did just 2 layers.
Okay.
But I split it up so it was like into thirds of that layer, and then I did it 2 different ways.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it was almost like tie-dye kind of, but that was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then you
That's
do
cool.
ice cream sandwiches too?
Yeah, we do ice cream sandwiches. Right now we're doing them for catering.
Okay.
By the dozen. I'd love to bring them back in store this summer. I'm working on that. But yeah, the ice cream sandwiches are super fun. We can do any combination of flavors, rolled in any toppings. We do chocolate chip cookies, and they're perfect. We did them for Super Bowl, and it was so great. Yeah, we did like the team's flavors.
Oh, cool.
No, colors. Sorry.
Yeah.
Colors. They were like the same colors, so it was really easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And finally, if you could open a location anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Anywhere in the world. I'm going to have to go Hawaii. I spent some time there last year, and I just loved it.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
Yeah. I think I'd open in Hawaii.
Oh, that's
Very
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I feel like we did, right? Or
Yeah.
do you have a question?
I do have a question. I love to do this where we're basically about to finish, and I just ask something completely off topic. But you were saying earlier about like the peanut butter, the tree nuts. You don't like keep that stuff here. I was kind of wondering, like, I feel like with like the meat industry, like it went through so many changes where people were trying to find substitutes to eating meat that tasted like meat that didn't actually contain any meat. Like, is there anything in the ice cream industry where people are trying to create like tree nut and peanut flavors that people with those allergies can eat that don't actually contain, but they like somehow flavor them to make them taste like?
Whoa. No. But that's a really interesting concept. Nobody's doing that, but they are doing vegan ice cream.
Okay.
Do you have any of that? Or
I
no?
do. I
Nice.
actually just found a wonderful company owned by 2 young guys in their 20s, New Jersey based. I think they're based out of Middlesex. And they make some insane vegan ice cream. I've struggled with vegan ice cream for a couple years because I just felt like it didn't taste great. I wasn't really proud to offer it, but we offered it just to have it. And I feel like I finally found something that I'm really proud to have in store.
Nice.
Their vegan chocolate, I prefer over regular chocolate ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is it base? Like, what's the base?
Coconut cream.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, so their business is Bonji Foods.
Okay.
They do mostly like smoothie bowl bases and stuff, but then they have the cold brew and the vegan chocolate, and it is so insanely good. There's like 5 or 6 ingredients in each, so it's also not bad for you.
Yeah.
They're gluten-free, which has also been a struggle with the vegan ice cream because a lot of people who are vegan are also gluten-free. So we finally found something that everybody loves. I've gotten great reviews. I love it. I'm proud to offer it, and it's really fun to support another like young local, because that's pretty local business. I try to support as many young entrepreneurs as possible. Nothing against older ones. I
Mm.
absolutely adore them too. They're wonderful people, but it's just really, really hard to be a young entrepreneur. So if I can support young, I'm all for it.
Totally. I guess like to leave off, we usually like to end with like 2 questions. Like, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs, either in this field or just in general? And then who would you recommend for us to talk to? Just someone that like inspires you, or that you would want to share their story.
Okay, awesome. I did write the one down, so just this is the one that I was scared about. So I kind of have 2 pieces of advice for young entrepreneurs or any entrepreneur, and I really thought this through. But the biggest one that I've learned recently, and that I've kind of been dealing with the past year, is that this can get very lonely and it can be very isolating. So make sure you surround yourself with good people that you can lean on, and you need to be able to ask for help because no one can read your mind. But the road to owning a business and being an entrepreneur, as fulfilling and as wonderful as it is, it's lonely. And that's something that nobody really talks about. When you open a business, you're doing it for yourself, by yourself. Nobody's ever going to care about it the way that you do. And so you just have to make sure you have good people. And that doesn't necessarily mean employees. That just means friends and family. And at the same time, you have to remember that their dream or your dream is not their dream. But just people that you can talk to and, God, maybe get a drink with every once in a while. Or, the store flooded a couple times this year, and it was my friends who came to help, just little things that you need. Like, it's like raising a kid. Like, it takes a village, and you need to find your village, and you need to communicate with them, because there were also points in my life where I just wanted everybody to read my mind, and I got really frustrated, and that wasn't fair to anybody, and it also wasn't fair to myself. And it wasn't until I was honest with myself and I actually asked for the help that I needed that I finally feel like supported and good. But it's lonely. So just have your people. And then you can't be great at everything, so be honest with yourself about things that you suck at, so you can ask the people who know what they're doing, and that way it can be done really well. And you can't expect yourself to be good at everything. You need to be really, really honest about what you're really good at and what you're really bad at. Because I know I'm not great at managing people or finances or things like that, but I'm really good at marketing and talking to customers and recipe development, all the creative stuff. So luckily I found people who are good at the stuff I'm bad at.
It's definitely hard as a business owner because it's your baby. So like you want control over everything, but you're also only one person. You only have like 12 hours during the day. You can't do everything. So I think it's hard to sometimes let go of some control. But once you find people that you trust and that, like you said, are good at that specific thing that maybe you need to like, outsource, the business can kind of grow that way because it frees up your time to be able to make more recipes or like focus on marketing. So it's great. Like that's definitely something I've had to learn, and I'm sure like most business owners have had to learn, like you can't do everything, and sometimes you need to rely on friends and family, right, for support and help. So that's great. That's awesome advice.
And at the same time, like there are days where you have to do everything. So like while you're outsourcing, like be sure that you're always learning as well. Like continue to excel at the things you're good at, but take the time to learn about the things that you're not so great at, because it'll just help you. Because you also need to, even though you hire people to do the things you're bad at, you need to know like what questions to ask, or like how are you going to keep them on track and keep yourself on track. So you do still have to learn. It's not, and that's something that I struggle with too, is I was just putting things on people, and now I'm finally in a good place where I feel like I'm really, really learning the things that I'm not so great at. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then somebody for you guys to interview next. I have so many people. Is there like a certain industry that you really like, or
nope, anyone?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna send you to, his name's Tommy.
Nice.
Tommy is one of my very good friends. He has a business that I am so intrigued by, to be honest. I am actually going to get dinner with him tonight, and I just ask him all these questions all the time because he manages pools.
Wow.
And a whole bunch of pools. And I think it's the most interesting concept. And they basically go in and they set up your pool for you. They handle all the inspections and all of that stuff. And they get it ready to go. They maintain it, but they also staff it.
Wow.
So it's super interesting. And he is I love talking to him and having conversations with him. His look on entrepreneurship and life and all of that, it's incredible. He's one of my really good friends, and he's great. Yeah. I learned a lot from him, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So where can people find you? Address, Instagram, website, any information you want to put out there just so people can find you?
Sure. So we are Humdoo Ice Cream. We're located in Flemington, 20 Stengel Road. We are the log cabin with a red roof. Our sign isn't that big, so I like to tell people what to look for. On Instagram, we're Humdoo_ice cream. Facebook is humdoo.icecream. Website is humdooicecream.com. Our phone number is 908-824-7275. And our email is info@humdooicecream.com. If you're interested in booking the truck, scoopsonwheels.com or booking@scoopsonwheels.com.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
we were very excited
in.
for this one. So I'm glad we found some time.
Yeah, same. This was very fun. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, of course. I definitely will be back here this summer frequently. So
You'll
sure.
see me here scooping. I'll be in the trenches with the kids.
Nice. And if you ever need a taste tester,
I know who to call.
Awesome. All right. Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
She's the real connoisseur.
I gotta get
Ice cream connoisseur.